Angel Reese's latest stunt has everyone talking, but not in the way she hoped. Jason Whitlock didn't hold back when he called her out for constantly embarrassing herself. But what exactly did Reese do this time? She has no interest in playing basketball, which is the main difference between her and Caitlin Clark, the WNBA All-Star to social media. Angel Reese wants to be a model and be someone's trophy wife. Is this the beginning of the end for Reese? Even her fans are jumping ship in the basketball world, while Caitlin Clark is busy breaking records and winning hearts. What's the real story behind these two stars' divergent paths? Have you seen the picture of Angel Reese on New Year's Eve? She hardly wears any clothes. It's a fan-only photo. Angel Reese decides to make a splash, but instead of popping champagne, she's popping eyeballs with her latest attention-grabbing stunt. Angel Reese struts onto the scene wearing a dress that leaves no room for interpretation. We're talking about a mocha-colored animal print that's more reveal than conceal, with a slit so high and a neckline so low you'd think it's part of the Grand Canyon. This picture shows her with her stomach and boobs out, presenting herself as a lady on OnlyFans would if she were looking for new subscribers. There are real neat. Angel is no stranger to turning heads, but this time even her devoted fans are hitting the brakes. The internet is buzzing, and not in a good way. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion and you want to turn away, but you can't. This isn't your typical fashion nightmare, but here's where it gets interesting. Jason Whitlock, who never holds back when he says, comes out swinging, isn't holding back when he says that Angel Reese has gone too far. She's gone way too far. Whitlock is just getting started, though, by implying that Angel is more interested in striking a pose than sinking baskets. Is he on to something? Do you recall how people were upset when Shaquille O'Neal appeared on the Unapologetically Angel podcast and essentially said, hey, you need to put on some booty shorts and go out there and dunk the ball that will have everybody watching? Let's be honest for a moment. When your Instagram following surpasses your on-court performance, you have to wonder where she's headed. Is she aiming for the WNBA Hall of Fame? Oh, she just got a magazine cover. Lost their minds. How dare Shaq go on that podcast and treat this girl so disrespectfully? This is how Angel Reese wants to be talked about. And to a small extent, I understand that she participates in a sport that is very masculine and heavily leans toward the LGBT community, but she's clearly gone too far. The problem is that this isn't the first time Angel has been involved in controversy. She's been in hot water before for her provocative posts, but this time it feels different, like basketball fans are scratching their heads and reaching for the PO because she's crossed a line, and even her diehard fans are saying enough is enough. What's the deal then? Is Angel Reese trading in her basketball dreams for Instagram fame? It's a difficult decision because while she has some skill, her social media game is strong enough to become a full-time influencer, but at what cost? She's not presenting herself in a healthy fashion, and I believe at this point, people will begin to wonder if Angel Reese truly wants to play basketball. This is a different version of the question that Charleston White is referring to. After looking at these photos, I say that Angel Reese does not want to be an athlete. Let's talk about the moment when her fans finally had enough. It's like watching your favorite player miss a wide-open layup. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Angel's always had a devoted following, ready to defend her every move. But on New Year's Eve, everything changed. This time, however, what made this the straw that broke the camel's back, Angel posts her outfit, probably expecting the typical barrage of fire emojis and hard eyes, but instead, the comment section turned into a battlefield where fans who had previously praised her were suddenly singing a completely different tune. She's already stated that she wants to date an NBA player and that they must be at least 6'7" tall. That's her entire agenda. She's not a serious basketball player. It turns out that even the most devoted fans have their limits, and Angel simply went over that line. Let's take a look at Angel's social media presence. From day one, it was all about team spirit and basketball highlights. Then there were selfies, glamour shots, and sponsored posts. And now it's like watching a reality TV show with basketball as a side plot. She plays basketball because she's tall and reasonably athletic, not because she truly loves the game. though I'm sure she did at one point. Game Jason Whitlock never holds back, to put it plainly, and she's not doing herself any favors. Ouch. However, the problem is that other sports commentators are also following suit and aren't holding back, but once the game began to demand a level of skill that she lacks, I think she's losing interest in basketball, which is what the first season of the WNBA was all about. Angel Reese realized that, holy cow, I could get away with being tall and athletic in college, and I could have been a basketball superstar in college, and I made it to the WNBA. To be a real superstar, you need to have some level of skill, and I don't have any. When Angel complained about being sexualized in the media, I didn't really get to defend myself or speak out because I just tried to ignore it and act like I've been through a lot, seen a lot, been sexualized a lot, and now that she's being accused of hypocrisy, fans are scratching their heads. It's a selfie that she took, and some fans are still in Angel's corner arguing that she should be allowed to express herself. One supporter responded to the haters by saying that Angel Reese irritates people because she doesn't fit the stereotype of a tomboy-dressed basketball player. People are wondering how she can protest one day and post provocative content the next. It's like she's rebounding her own missed shots, but it's not a picture that sexualizes Angel Reese, who is complained about being sexualized. Stop the disappointment. Listen, I have defended Angel Reese for introducing a feminine element to women's basketball because people were sick of seeing women's basketball players portray themselves as tattered men rather than women. However, as the backlash increased, Angel made a move that was extremely offensive. She shared a message from a well-known singer that said, "Your life is yours, not anybody else's." It seemed as though she was telling the world, I hear you, but I'm gonna do me, bold, yes, smart, that's up for debate. I don't care how many videos she posts here, working on my three-point shot, and they'll tie her up with 2, 3, 4 three-point shots in a row, but Angel Reese is not a skilled basketball player and will never be one. Angel deactivated her Instagram just like that, poof, gone. And now everyone is wondering if this is a timeout to refocus on her game or if it's a sign that the pressure is finally getting to her. When Angel was the social media queen, it appears that her reign may be coming to an end. As a basketball player, she will continue to be a rebounder and be exposed as a bad offensive player, which drives her crazy. Angel has disappeared from Instagram, leaving millions of followers staring at a blank space where her account used to be. The million-dollar question is, however, is this a publicity stunt or is Angel finally putting an end to her social media obsession? Let's take a step back and say that Angel hasn't completely abandoned us. She is still active on Twitter and TikTok. So what's going on? Is this some sort of digital juggling act, or is there more to the story? She can't compete with Caitlin Clark on the basketball court, so she's going to ruin Caitlin Clark's appearance in the "Hey guys, look at me, I'm super feminine" section. This is where it gets interesting. Angel is not the first athlete to ignore social media. For a moment, let's face it, in today's world, an athlete's online presence is like a virtual jersey. It's where fans connect, where brands scout for their next big endorsement, and where players build their personal empires. Some sports stars have taken a break from the online world, and you know what has actually helped them level up their game? Imagine less scrolling, more scoring. These athletes report being able to focus better on their sport without the constant buzz of notifications. Is Angel hurting herself by benching her Instagram? I know that someone in her inner circle needs to tell her that it's one thing to model bikinis for whatever designer brand is popular right now, or to pose for the swimsuit edition, but it's quite another to use social media to get attention. Jason Whitlock, who never holds back, has his own opinion on Angel's disappearance act, saying that she will return because she is too desperate for attention to be gone for very long. Let's put on our optimist hats for a moment. What if Whitlock's was completely wrong? Perhaps Angel has finally realized that her highlight reel should focus more on successful layups than thirst traps. Could this be the moment that Angel Reese turns from social media guru to basketball powerhouse? Now let's talk about the other 22-year-old in the room, Caitlin Clark. While Angel has been occupied playing hide and seek with her Instagram followers, Caitlin Clark wants to be a great basketball player, and I think that's her top priority in life. However, Angel Reese wants to be a woman that men want, and she's using basketball to draw attention to herself and build herself up. Imagine these two 22-year-old basketball superstars. One is a soap opera, the other is a sports documentary. No drama, no disappearing acts, just pure, unadulterated basketball brilliance. Let's take a moment to discuss Caitlin Clark's Instagram. Unlike Angel's feed, which was a roller coaster of controversy, Caitlin's feed is like walking into a well-polished basketball Hall of Fame. You see her sinking threes, running drills, and celebrating with her teammates all the time. There are no glam shots or party pics, just pure basketball brilliance. Jason Whitlock is singing her praises, but there's more to this story than meets the eye. I feel like I just come out here and try to play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that will make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what comes with it. However, this is where it gets interesting, because some people might look at Caitlin's feed and think it's boring. I mean, it's not even something you're really aware of, breaking records or anything. Jason Whitlock, who has never shied away from criticizing athletes, is practically gushing over Caitlin, saying that she is treated like a professional basketball player because that is how she presents herself. Boom, that's the secret sauce. Caitlin isn't trying to be an influencer, but guess what? Her fans can't get enough. They are devouring every post, highlight, and glimpse into her training routine. It's like they're starving for authenticity in a world of social media smoke and mirrors.